is actually where I see most buyers miss out on the opportunity. So you want to buy a home and you're not really sure where to begin. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or maybe you've purchased a home prior, but it's been a long time, you're a little bit unfamiliar since things have changed, especially since 2008. Now, the actual steps in becoming a homeowner haven't really changed at all. It's really just more getting a loan and the pre-approval and all of that stuff. So in this video, I'm going to be walking step by step what happens from day one until the last day of being a homeowner. So let's get into it right now. Step one, get pre-approved. It seems so easy to just say, but you realistically need to know it's very important. So for example, there was a couple I was showing homes and we were looking at $750,000 homes. When they finally went through the pre-approval process, they were only approved for $500,000. So it was a waste of time, and unfortunately we weren't really able to see the homes that they could have purchased. So we had to start the process all over again and go house hunting. Now, getting pre-approved is rather simple, especially with technology. There are many mortgage lenders that I recommend and that I work with, and they also provide a LinkedIn application that you can go ahead and fill out in the comfort of your own home. So you don't have to necessarily be sending them all this documentation, but there are some simple things that they will need from you, whether it's pay stubs, tax returns, or even bank statements. So have those things handy and get organized. So when you do speak with a mortgage lender, you have it all lined up. And if you really have all your ducks in a row, you can be pre-approved within 15 minutes. Step number two, this is the fun part, looking at homes. Let's go house hunting. It's kind of like being on HGTV where you're looking at some amazing homes, properties, and you really get to like dream and you can imagine yourself being in those homes. Generally speaking, once you look at whether it's like 5, 10, or maybe even 20 homes, you really have a better understanding of the type of home you want as well as what's available. Step number three, make an offer. This is actually where I see most buyers miss out on the opportunity. You've already gone through the pre-approval process. We've already looked at homes. And when you really fall in love with a home, do not hesitate. That's the biggest mistake and biggest regret most homeowners buy, especially when it was a frenzy during the pandemic. Now, the best thing about right now, it's the perfect time to buy. Yes, the interest rates may be a little bit higher, but as they say, marry the house, date the rate. If there's a house that you really love, go ahead and put an offer, because if you wait too long, which I have seen, people sleep on it, think about it, 72 hours later, they make that final decision to put in an offer, it's already gone. And you have to start all over and try and find another home that will replace the one you lost. Step number four, inspection, which means congratulations, your offer has been accepted. Now, at this point in time, I do have a team that supports me, from my transaction coordinator as well as admin. It does not mean that I remove myself from this process. It just means that I have the support as well as other people making sure that this transaction goes smoothly. So now let's look at the inspection. Here in Florida, we typically do 7-day inspection. I work with a lot of inspectors. I only work with the best. And in fact, some of them can do the inspection within 3 days. Everything moves quickly here. Now, with respect to inspection, once you actually get that report, it's going to be a whole list, 20 to 30 pages long, okay? But you don't want to worry and freak out about the little things. If it's a small little leak, maybe in a pipe, you can get a plumber to fix it for $150, $250 maybe. What you want to look at are the bigger issues. For example, maybe it's a roof issue, a leak, repairs that will be thousands of dollars. If you have any questions regarding the inspection, definitely reach out to the actual inspector. The inspectors that I work with are very informative, very educational. Even when you're here in person with them, they are so kind for you to walk along with them where they can actually point things out. So that way you have a better understanding of the property. I have to point out, only 10% of you are actually subscribed to my channel. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. What are you doing? Come on, hit that subscribe button. Step number 5. Now this is after the inspection. Okay, this is generally like a waiting period. So if closing takes 30 days and the inspection is 7 days, you really have 21 days of kind of just waiting around, because third parties are doing a lot of paperwork in the background that you don't necessarily see. And this is what they're doing. For example, title company. They're doing lien searches to make sure there's no liens on the property. They're researching taxes, make sure the homeowner has already paid their taxes and they're not delinquent. They're also checking on any open permits with the city. If there are, the seller has to make sure to close those out. So that's the title company. Regarding the mortgage lender, they're doing all their paperwork, pushing everything to underwriting to make sure everything that you gave them during the pre-approval, nothing's changed. So please don't buy anything expensive. Don't be opening any other credit cards. Just wait till after you have closed on your new home. And then the third one is the appraisal. The mortgage lender is going to be sending an appraiser out. They're going to be doing their report and they have to submit it. So there are multiple parties involved, and this is exactly why I have a team as well as myself reaching out to all the parties. There's so many pieces. And you really have to make sure you have the right realtor who can really make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing so it's a smooth transaction. My name is Adela Philipson, and I am a local realtor right here in the greater Fort Lauderdale, Florida area in South Florida. So if you are thinking about buying a home, whether it's 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. All the information is down below in the description so I can help you move to greater Fort Lauderdale, Florida area or South Florida. Step 6, walkthrough. Now the walkthrough is actually where you return back to the property the day before closing to ensure that the seller has moved out and taken their personal property and belongings. You want to make sure that they haven't taken things that were in the contract, for example, maybe a refrigerator or an oven or dishwasher, things like that. You want to make sure everything has remained the same because that is, after all, what you're purchasing. Anything that's really fixed to the walls, fixtures, those are considered part of the property. Step 7, review all your documents and sign it. Typically, the seller ends up signing 2 to 3 days prior to closing. You will receive documents as well as even the settlement statement from the title company where they go ahead and show all the financials on 2 sides, seller side and buyer side, so you can review that. If you have any questions, reach out to your lender or even the title company. But during this time, you can actually review the documents, ask any questions you have. Depending on the lender and title company, you can also sign at the comfort of your own home, review all the documents, especially for the loan. On the day of closing, that is where you actually finish everything else, and that typically can take 15 minutes if you already go ahead and sign most of them at home. Step 8, closing. Congratulations! This is the day you get the keys, and this is the official day you can walk into your home and call it yours. Also, this is the day where you want to make sure to get the phone numbers of for your electrical, who to contact to turn that on and transfer, as well as like water, trash, sewer, all of that stuff. For my clients, I also email the whole list so they know exactly what they need and who to call. Before I let you go, as always,